So I'm here with NG from Loud Game Changers, who's also going to play the next phase of Game Changers, but she's here with us at the São Paulo block party in Brazil to follow this finals between G2 and Leviatán. So, NG, who do you think is gonna win? Who do you think is the favorite team here, G2 or Leviatán?
Hi guys, I'm so very excited to be here. I'm Aspas fangirl, I have to, but I think G2 will win today, 3-2-2, I think.
3-2?
But it's a good game, I'm excited to hear.
Yeah, I think so too. Well, I'm with Leviatán, but 3-2, of course, it's going to be a very close match and an amazing one to watch live. So back to you guys.
Thank you so much for that. And yeah, I mean, look, we are on the cusp of maybe seeing a potential reverse sweep here from G2 Esports if they're able to put it off in maps 4 and 5. But for now, though, they walk away with the dub on Vine. And it was not looking pretty for them a few points in that matchup.
No, it was dire, right? They lost the opening pistol, then they end up losing the bonus round. They come out of that first half
and they look boomed
at a 4-8 scoreline. Yeah, we were ready to wrap it up, and then they go almost perfect in their second half.
Yeah, I mean, the second half from G2 was honestly completely night and day. When I was watching the first half of this map, I was convinced that G2 was out of it. You saw on the faces of these players, they looked demotivated. You saw heads in hands. They could not find a solution. But on this defense, I don't know what Josh told them at the halftime, how they turned that one around. But these guys, they're just impeccable at the comebacks. We've seen it so many times this year, and they've done it again here to give themselves a chance in the finals.
I mean, seeing G2 leading in the first kill category, pretty significant there, 13-9. That's been something they've been struggling with all day up against Leviatán. I have to actually shout out Ice. He was able to find in that second half Aspas multiple times to just take his head off.
And that's so important to get these players online, to get these early advantages. And I think the most impressive thing to me was the retakes. Most of the rounds on the defense that they won did come down to the retakes. And honestly, they looked impeccable. This is all the things we've been priding G2 on throughout their season. Doing a good job of knowing when to pause in the mid-round, when to go for their set ideas, how to play off each other really well. And it was just so well executed throughout this whole half.
And in these slower rounds that Lev were playing, G2 found so many times for Jonah P to get this flank going, like stepping down outside of long B, having that forward position made it very easy for G2 to stack 3 or 4 members on the A site with that eventual flank pressure coming in too.
After map 2, Coach Josh of G2 was talking about the fact that he felt like G2 was not playing to the right pace. They were playing these really slow rounds. Lev was taking control and kind of finding control. In this half, I felt like G2 were really the ones leading the pace. They had good early ideas to stop Lev from going for these faster hits. And in the late round, I think they did a really good job of knowing when to concede space and then fight back in together as a team. It was really a complete turnaround.
Is that because of Leviatán's ability to just be able to get forward very quickly here? Because it feels like whenever I see Lev play, they're constantly in your face, constantly trying to disrupt what you want to do and set the pace of the pace and tone of the game on their own.
That's definitely something Lev tried to do, but I think the way G2 were playing defense was very sort of like magnets repelling each other, right? When Lev would run down a short, for example, they were stepping to the back of site or taking showers control and allowing time for Jonah P to work on those flanks. So in that sense, they were trying not to give so many of those early fights unless it was just Icy looking for a quick snap kill. And in that way, those refights are coming in much more coordinated. And I think on the flip side, Leviatán in their fights, especially over towards U-Haul, were not as together as they've been the last few games. I think that's something they need to lock back in on.
One of the big successes for Lev on both of the first 2 maps of this series, I think, came down to how disruptive, like you're talking about, they are in the post-spawns. They're a team that puts a lot of emphasis, I think, of, well, their teammate is planting, fighting forward, having that next layer ready to go to stop teams from playing these faster retake ideas. And here, like you're mentioning, there was a lot more of those individual mistakes in those moments, and G2 did a great job of punishing that aggression.
Yeah, it was weird because I think Leviatán were losing their U-Haul fights consistently, and there was never really a time where they were actively fighting into backside because of how much utility I think G2 was actually putting on the spike itself. There was never actual space for Lev to get that forward fight going.
Yeah, well, let's now look forward here as we get ready for Ascent, 4th map. Now, we know that Leviatán, especially with Aspas on the team. We were talking about this yesterday with the crew game, how pivotal this ascent was for Leviatán. So now you're wondering, okay, a lot of tape, a lot of material on this, and you know what you got to do to stop Aspas here.
Well, that's the thing, is that I'm not sure it's that simple. VALORANT is very good at calling into ops, especially on the ascent. But this is the first map of the series that Aspas is going to be locking in the Jet. The first time this series, we're going to have an actual Jet head-to-head versus him and Icy. And don't forget that this is still a very lopsided matchup in that department. Icy had a much better game 3, and if he can carry that over, I think they have very big winning chances. But it's going to take a big effort from G2 to shut Aspas down. Yeah,
it absolutely will. I think as well for Leviatán, this is a map where a lot of their just solid fundamental play tends to shine through. I think especially their flood retakes on this map are on point. This is really comfortable for them to bounce back from that loss.
It's the double Senti comp as well for Lev. You can't forget about that.
That's right. All right, well, the question is it happening again? Oh, boy, can G2 push this to a 5th and final map? Let's go ahead and send it over to your casters. Yet again, the melon and the lemon.
Yeah, the melon and the lemon. I mean, fortunately, not on camera for that one. So, got a little bit of a flop, but I appreciate the effort, GB. It's map 4. It's Ascent. It's our grand finals here for Stage 2 of Americas 2024. And everything to play for, really. G2 have been fighting tooth and nail, some hard-fought maps so far, but they finally got one on the board of that bind win.
And we are expecting the double Sentinel to be coming through here for Leviatán. Here we see, and it's the Deadlock Cypher. They ran this last time they played, and strangely, they had more success on their attack side than their defense side, with both Mazzino and Tex fragging to a really high level. So that's something for G2 to maneuver around. If you allow the Deadlock Cypher to set up in post-plant situations, it's very difficult to deal with. You're trying to retake into
stuns, grab nets, barrier mesh if they haven't used it, like, the world's their oyster.
Sometimes trips as well, depending on how Tex has played their attack side. And both, especially Tex, is also going to be applying lurk threats.
It's a very good comp. It's been making waves, I guess, in a lot of the tier 2 scenes.
We haven't actually seen a huge amount of success from Deadlock in Americas. It's been off and on.
Yeah.
A team like Sentinels really tried to index heavy into it towards the end here. On here to show us what that development looks like. We'll have to wait for champs. G2 have won all but one pistol round in this series. Has it made the difference? Not particularly, but it is important to get you on the right footing.
Up they got through mid there. The drone is dealt with. It's going to put a bit of fear into the back of the minds of the Lev players, wondering if it's somebody that's going to be hard committed on G2's side of things. But Cage up through and around that barrier mesh. We've seen this one before. Blocks off the rotate. So looking to try and make this feel like it's a B hit, but meanwhile, rest of Lev heading over towards A. And guess what, G2, there's an awareness there, especially now we're going to be knowing it. Jonah Pedo, doesn't matter if you know about it, you're going to get barreled over anyway.
They were not ready.
At work. They really weren't.
Not ready at all. I was all ready to give Trent props because he was in the perfect position, got that kill through mid, and was still on the right side of this wall to be able to rotate. Now Lev can wait for it to fall, pivot in either direction. I mean, look how separated the G2 players are. There is no way that Leaf can reconnect with the rest of his team. He just has to hope if they end B that nobody's waiting to catch Icy and Valen on the rotate.
30 seconds left.
Even a bit of a pause into the round here. Silently now going to be creeping up towards that A side. Contacts core. That's going to be Valen. And now second up, straight up, trying to take up that fight, but Icy can't quite land it. Not with the Sheriff. Shock dart, rebounding, dodge and avoid it, still jumping around and away! A lot of damage done. Potentially there for the slam dunk finish. Leaf, going to be hot. Trying to buy Aches. Oh, he can find that timing, but he is in this 1v2, doubled up, Aspas and King side by side. Trying to play this one with the numbers advantage.
One headshot each.
That could do it, drops down, makes the sound cue. Waiting for that repeat, but maybe hearing both of them there. Could have been comped out, flashed up into his face! Jumping blind as a bat, and he's going for round 2. So much damage done, King. Single digits of HP, and Leaf just runs them down.
What a ridiculous way for the pistol round to go towards G2. He's sat there chuckling. He knows that he's just done him.
Yeah,
a classic right click is filthy in those kind of situations where the rest of your teammates can communicate the damage done.
Knowing that they were low enough.
Oh, it doesn't matter what Lev do today. They are struggling so hard to win Pistol. King had so much value here. The call was so nice, you know, the pivot up through heaven, recovering from Trent's early kill, the pathing, the use of the timer.
Suppressing. 3 suppressed.
He said it doesn't really matter how much Leviatán will cook up. Can't quite get those pistol rounds over the line here. Valen happy to hold them back as well. Just trying to shoulder check their way through that initial choke point, but now thinking twice about it. So Leviatán, options limited for them. For G2, I want to cast your minds back to a narrative that we've kind of forgotten at this point. G2 getting absolutely stomped in the first map, running it back, adapting over time, and usually closing out series. They are a team that, once they get their bearings, once they learn to adapt, over time, the more time that you give them, which is useful in a best of 5.
You're right, generally the better they
Okay, hold on.
It's time to start getting worried in this round.
I am getting worried. I went into story mode. Just trying to put everybody to sleep here, but the plant is down here for Com. Watching this one down. Just need to land these reloads inside. Sidearms being pulled out. King is on a single digit, but eventually cleaned up. Com. He's repositioned in the middle of all of this. Out through main. The question is it expected? The gun's not too ideal for this scenario. Icy's going to be trying to lead this one in again with an outlaw into his hands, and he's heard the double jump down. Com, he's been given the timing. It's all about when he chooses to take it. Knows that they passed him now, and he just rips it away. Valen's gone. Smoke burst. Cloud burst just denying a little bit of this one here, but straight through the wall as well. Icy has to dodge and juke around. Com, 70 health. Icy sticking. It's the only real wing con available. Half onto the board as well. Needs to land this shot as well, but he's been absolutely played like a fiddle. Oh my! Icy just about there.
I got your back.
That's unreal.
You know, from the front.
There've been so many of those kind of spots where a team wins a pistol round, mostly G2, and then things get dicey straight afterwards. Big shots. And this was a 3v5, and Tex and Com almost turned it by hitting Sheriff shots.
Enemy remaining.
Com plays that one really nicely too. If Icy wasn't jumping around once he was lit up by the recon dart, I think Com wins that.
Well, that damage done though. Just on the eke around for Lev means that the money's bad, but TP forwards, they don't expect this one right behind them. Grab net, locks them all down into place. King happy to take it all the way around and through, delivering the death blows one after another. That's 3 in a round. 2 left to stand.
Icy should find it very difficult to get any more value from this position, but the Outlaw does do decent damage. I think there that was the stun being thrown out from Mazzino, actually. He has been using those sonic sensors early on to stop A main pressure.
Bot coming back.
Lev take A main, and then they throw down a sonic sensor, and it makes it very difficult to re-clear or re-fight over A main control, because then you're just getting stunned up. It looks like it found value there. Lev calling the pause, hoping that G2 spread out.
The gamble from G2 though, they are sticking to the side, running them down with a Bucky in hand leaf. Only gets to 1 here. There's so much damage being done to Icy, you can't imagine there's any way of winning this one, but never say never. Here's it, into the corner, a couple of shots fired out, just praying.
And Aspas with full armor as well, so not really ever in danger there. This is the round where G2 get rifles back. All of that damage that Tex and Com did in round 2, and that previous one didn't have too much sting to it. Yeah, look at that.
It was a stun, yeah.
I really like it, the way that Mazzino plays around that.
Oh, that's nice.
Just locks down A main control for you. And I think that's what the double sentinel comp on attack does really nicely, is that it makes it difficult to re-clear. You just take the map piece by piece. There's that sonic sensor being thrown. I mean, it's offline now because of the suppression, but you'll see it pop back on the mini-map in a moment. So, you know, you have... Your Deadlock is helping you take some A main control, your Cypher is helping you take some B main control, and slowly the defense gets squeezed out.
Options just start to run out as well, unless they go for these re-clears in space. G2 Potential is there, maybe. Looks like they maybe thought that they might want to take a fight out towards Catwalk, but not likely. Just locking it down, making sure that they hold any avenues and lanes that Leviatán could be approaching from. And now there's a big ask onto the shoulders of these players here. It's Icy and Jonah P. Left to push all of this back here, but it's util in the hands of Lev players. Could spell their defeat. There's a jump all the way through. Mazzino, his position's noted. It's cleaned up straight away. And that Hunter's Fury cannot be evaded.
Absolutely beautiful.
This guy now is going to get minced and pinced out through. Round to the side, Leviatán. It's beautiful in terms of the protocols. You can see it.
Yeah, I love the jump peek from Mazzino. And then Aspas swinging in afterwards.
Right here.
Trent and Leaf, they had enough of a job to do, just trying to regain B main control throughout all of this round.
Yeah.
Using the Odin, using the recons, using the drone even to try to figure out whether Tex was really there or whether it was just cage pressure. Now, being asked to win at 2v5, it's just too much. It's not possible.
Defaulting back, just making sure that they keep control. Keep the rifles in their hands, at least.
Jonah P's positioning is supposed to be an off angle that you don't expect. And yet the jump peak leaping over side to side. And now he's looking to try to clean up. It's that same duo again. Yeah. And everything's ripped away. No expensive weaponry the G2 can take into the next.
It's 2-2. Very well called on the attack side there by Lev.
Yeah, the execution, I think, is marvelous. It checkmates the professor.
There's nothing you can do in that spot. Mazzino already grabs that information. He set himself up, or at least Aspas, right behind him for an easy kill. Another week again here for G2.
Yeah, I think G2 are going to find it quite difficult playing against this composition. You have to be really creative with the ways that you regain information on the defense side. If you can tuck players into wine, like Valorant is now, maybe that's an option. If Icy's confident to fight through mid, and if he gets a hot hand going, then maybe that's something that G2 can rely on. But as Ender was making sure to point out, as we head into map 4 here of Descent, Aspas has been getting the better end of this matchup.
Yeah.
And I don't think that's disrespectful to Icy either. He's going up against probably the best duelist in the world right now.
Trying to cement that GOAT status. Already lifted the trophy of Americas last year, proving that he was the best in the business, at least in the region. And now looking to do it again. Nice and grouped up here, shot dart. Not quite on the timing, so the drone's going to be getting off, but still not enough to push back Leaf. This guy willing to take this fight. There's Annihilation. It does wrap its way straight round and behind, and there's no real direction. Leaf doesn't know which way to look. Inevitability there for Trent to be finished off. It was just a weaker buy at the end of the day here for G2, so anything they can get out of it, they will be happy for. But for Leviatán, this is an attack side on Ascent that is being called very well. Momentum on their side, money's building up.
Yeah, I think ideally they would have liked to save that Annihilation heading into the next, but when Leaf hits a shot to open, suddenly you're not feeling as confident about your chances of flawlessly taking B control. It's a good one, and it does force out that ult.
One enemy remaining.
So now, what have Leg got cooked up? A slower round, perhaps, with Aspas picking up the attack side off. G2 looking like they want to fight through mid instead of focusing on B main. You see Icy, Leaf doubled up. This could easily be a clash between our two jet ops to see who can get the most value.
Use that. Sound sensor
Stalemate for now. G2 just trying to hold on to this B main control.
Yeah, it's so tough. Your info's getting constantly denied by cages, and then you know, you can't re-clear A main into that stun. It's really tough. You'd have to break the stun first. So now it does come down to the jets.
Icy. It's not overexposing his body just yet. The alarm bot gives him an indicator, but again, it's being watched for. It's seen, shot missed from either side. Be whistling past each other there. Lucky to be alive as well, counting their blessings. But now both of them know that the op is online. You're going to see the rotation. Lev.
Look at the sonic sensors. I mean, there's one from Mazzino, but gets pulled back. Just maintaining that attack side control.
Making sure that you can't refight as easily if you are G2.
Readdressing the line of scrimmage, pushing it ever further forward, inch by inch into G2's half.
This is the danger. The moment right here. Smoke's dropped down against Valorant. Bit of an indicator. There could be players about to swarm the site any minute now. Bolt's online. Dash forwards, at least with a Blade Storm in hand. Aspas willing to take the fight in case there was that anchoring player, but it's not. All offsite here from G2. Make sure to group up. They do have the lockdown for this. That's maybe why Aspas is playing in front of it. He knows that that's the spot for it. Barrier mesh up on Heaven needs to be broken.
This is going to buy time for Tex on the flank too. He's made his way all the way deep down mid.
Wrapped around, and the lockdown has to be committed up through into Heaven. Tex, this timing has been jiggled and spotted and watched. So, choosing to pick and choose your timings. Aspas might be going down with a ship. Indeed he is! Not even blessed with it. Couldn't get the one. That was the goal of all of it. Com. He's down onto that double digits. Needs to try and get a kill here. It's nice with the movement. Still a jar. Valen diffusing all the way and being covered in kind by his team. Tex, they know where he was. Kicking around in mid. They were spotted him earlier. And they're not giving him any sort of an easy fight. Valen, the safety in the back of his mind. Will he be able to stick that defuse? That is now 3-3.
Good work there from G2, making sure to shut down the different win conditions that Leviatán was setting up. Lev knew that that retake was going to come through with the lockdown, and so they got Tex deep down mid. Trent watches for it. They get a couple players up on Catwalk. Jonah P's watching for it. At all points, G2 are covering the various different things that Lev can do to tip the tide in their favor. Zeno, by the way, already almost back to an annihilation. And that can be used as a big ultimate to open up a site or to get a pick sometimes.
Over there.
5 players grouped up though from Lev. Very clear indicator, at least for us, that they're going to be trying to send this one out onto the B site. Leaf only has the stinger. Crossmap knife is very good.
Ultimate's ready.
Yeah, I mean, that knife catches everything. Mazzino, I think, was holding a grab net, looking to try to punish any Odin spam, hoping to bounce it off the wall and catch Trent.
Thrown up and over, and watched. Icy still with that dash as well, but doesn't choose to step past that smoke. Instead, 3 positions here by Lev. They don't want to engage into the B site. A little bit too obvious at this point.
This is huge.
Cross! Is it damage done? I'm not even too sure. No. Potentially, no. Players unscathed, but wrapping all the way around, not for much longer. With that discipline in place. Jonah P, steady arm, steady aim.
What value from his info earlier on. That knife giving him the confidence to push out A, realizing nobody was watching it.
Aspas is alone, spike in hand. Worried, thinking he has to re-clear this one. Tex as well, just trying to make sure that he feigns that he could be pushing deep into...
30 seconds left.
And up through mid. It's being watched for, though. G2, eyes on almost everything here. And with how split up Lev are, with only 20 seconds left, looking like a done deal in this round.
Yeah, I'm not sure it was a deliberate call to save, just a product of the circumstance that they were in. All 3 of those players looking to see if they could force G2 into giving away a pick, an opening, but it's not to be.
Yeah.
G2 stabilize and take the lead. A huge round from Jonah P. And that's one of the few where we've seen Lev move away from their more standard, like 1-3-1 kind of default setups. Or at least defaults that focus on B main and A main at the same time.
Yeah.
This round, we didn't see any control or pressure towards A main. Valen one-wayed it, jiggled it, and realized everyone's in B. As soon as Jonah gets the knife, he pushes out, flank through top mid. Easy as you like it. Where are you?
Weapons exchanged here early on. This time you can see them. Leviatán quite split up. Cage nice and early.
Remember, Mazzino was going for this last time, where he was looking to try to throw a grab net, get confirmation, and then follow up a kill with the annihilation.
Over there.
I'll go for it again. Just holding out that util. Jonah P, what time are you trying to take? He's got a flash out into his hands, underhanded.
Off turret.
Again, players don't think they're going to be blinded. This anti-flash position, that's where Tex is playing. Tucked to the side. Turret doesn't see anything. Cage forwards, Leaf.
Yeah, you've got to give this up now.
Yeah.
The turret's not going to give contact through that cage. They might have tucked in the left corner. So now, more traditional crossfire setup.
Going back to B. Trying to feign Leviatán here, at least with the drone. A bit of util as well. Smoke's propped up. Pull players out over towards the A side. Jonah P. He's side by side, man. Still with a flash. His timing is everything. There it is. Hunter's Fury and a flash. All combined, connected. But where's the damage? Needs to get done right now. Annihilation. That's out through the window, I believe. Jonah P. He's going to be plucked out of sight, out of eye now for them. And now one less player to deal with.
Mazzino was looking for that the last 2 rounds. Eventually found it. They still have a site to take.
Leaf Spray and pray with this one as well with that Odin spam. They do still have that site to take. 20 seconds left. Luckily, nobody from G2 hard anchoring into that spot. And the players are being caught way out into the open. Aspas has worked the man purely into the neutral. Didn't look like there was too much in terms of util to set that one up. And now G2 forced to back away.
Tex just as the distraction. Aspas doing the damage. Taken down eventually, but this time they swap roles. Aspas distracts. Tex closes Valen. Icy tries to save the operator, but it's not going to be. Great response from Leviatán. They've been trying to work that deadlock setup on P over and over. They dodge the trap play as the turret takes contact for a flash, and immediately the response is there. Look at that bounce off the wall. He's been looking for this the entire time. He just couldn't get a confirmation that someone was actually there. He didn't want to waste the ult.
Yeah. Thought I was going to be going through the window with the way that the wrapped up player just started elevating into the sky. 4-4 though, G2 and Lev. This is Lev answering back. These teams have been going pound for pound, right? We know this. We've been watching the series so far. You've been treated. Two teams that are really pushing each other.
My ult is ready.
Icy could be the difference maker here. Tex is looking to apply a little bit of pressure over towards B, just lock that one off. I thought for a moment, I mean, they have still inserted King into Wine, so they could return back to him at some point. The A split previously worked very nicely. We saw that jump over the choke point from Mazzino. But this is the strength of this composition. Look how locked off A and B are for the attackers.
Yeah.
G2 forced to turtle on sites.
Listening.
They're pretty comfortable in that spot, though. Generally speaking, G2 do play a little bit more of a passive defense on this map. Looking to rely on good anchoring.
Aspas is really getting a move on. I think the requirement here from Lev is to create some pressure onto the map. Knife up into mids. A couple of connections, maybe some good information as well. Smoke right at the top of the mid. But what is the goal here for Leviatán? Into the B split? Looks like they're heavy committed into it. Even King for the backstab, but what comes down to that? Dart through, in through the back of the site. Onto B, Hunter's Fury, out into the open. Nobody watching as the smoke fades and dissipates. Just running themselves away here. Odin spam and praying that they get that open access. Spike has been dropped down, out through mid as well. It's chaos and anarchy, but at least it is Leviatán that maybe able to salvage most of this. Aspas, operator in his hands, making sure that nobody can overstep their mark and into this space. Not a chance there for Trent.
Two players for G2 fall at stairs and everything crumbles to pieces. It did look a little aimless there for a moment from Leviatán. They threw that barrier mesh over the top. But a couple of kills gained here for Tex. And Aspas, again that duo. They're playing so well off each other. Finding their moments in post-plant setups, in their ability to get into the site. And I think another reason why this composition looks good for Leviatán is that it does allow Tex to play a bit more aggressively. If you think about how the Killjoy plays on this map, generally speaking, you're going to sit back a bit on the attack side. You're going to look to swing off your turret. The Cypher is looking to move forwards, cage forwards, cam forwards, look to take space.
Unleashed.
Yeah, it certainly feels like it. I think Irpada's come up with a very nice comp here. And Lev are putting together a really good attack side. This could be even a better opportunity than Bind to close out the series and hoist the trophy.
Got to maintain this lead, though. They have the economical advantage. G2 are the ones who are knocked down to the pistols once more. And for the attack side as well, I mean, listen, we talk about a centers of map. If you can string together even 5 rounds sometimes on your attack side, you're going to be happy with it. They've already got to that point. Threshold has been hit for Leviatán, and they only need one more map to be crowned our 2024 Americas champions.
Bad weaponry here for G2. An opportunity for Lev. Struggle for G2 to be disrupted at any point here.
Yeah, I mean, if you're trying to fight over any of the extremities, good luck.
I think they've got to find some opportunities, though, even if it's through mid.
Yeah.
You know, that's not the classic way that G2 play, but when you're at this point in the competition, when you're fighting for regional trophies, you actually should be good enough to come up with stuff like that on the fly. Now put 2 players inside a smoke over towards Catwalk, off Icy's contact, explode through it, crunch mid. These kind of ideas. Not really seeing them from G2.
Drone potentially spotting it. Icy's supposed to be the bait here. Straight from the side as well. It was Valent. Flash not really getting any value. Still crouched down, by the way, and Mazzino knows exactly where he's off to.
Mazzino building up another Annihilation would be another problem for G2 to deal with. But it's Aspas that lands a blow to Jonah's chest.
Yeah, at this point, it's an old farming round, isn't it?
Yeah, I'm not sure that Aspas really needs this one, but he's going to go for it anyway. Tex steals it away. A lever up to 6. I think in some sense that's good for G2 that it wasn't the Deadlock ult that came online. With how passive G2 are playing, trying to anchor the sights instead of crossfires, the Annihilation can be a massive tool to open the door. And they've relied on Icy's operator to be that X factor for them in a couple of these rounds. In fact, in many of the rounds, he's tried to get it as much as possible. But only 4 kills for him. Hasn't found those moments, hasn't been as aggressive as perhaps he needs to. And once more, Icy starts in quite a passive position on B.
This is the round that matters here for G2. Money's booming for Leviatán. They're not really worried about missing out on any buys. I think the deeper this half goes, there's not too many rounds left to play for. They're going to be sitting comfortable. Aspas. Set up with the updraft now. Watch for that peak.
G2 are just giving them so much room.
They are.
No contest over towards Cap. Very passive position from their off player. Playing behind the turret contact for a while, but Leaf loses alarm bot, loses turret, and G2 can't really retake info anywhere else. They are getting slowly pushed further and further back.
I mean, look at the player positions.
At least they've got a crossfire going here in mid.
And it might have to be the one to do that damage. Leaf and Trent joined up. Watching it out for each other, moving off the position, but no. Grooving back again, just thinking twice about it. It's a high ground off angle. He's flashed up, blind as anything. Tried to adjust the aim in time. Yet Trent and Icy, at least are there. Ready to respond, ready to at least maybe even this one out. Grab that. How the hell does that connect? Updraft will only save you for but a moment. Quick scope. And they're okay. I mean, pistol out. Got to make a go of things, I suppose, but Aspas is quick on the cleanup. 14 seconds left. Dart not being broken. The Blade Storms are out, and Tex is still defending. Both players of G2 now, Valen and Jonah P are locked out. Pretty initial choke point, but the smoke will at least get them front section to one of the sides of the sights. Aspas, though, is still this problem. You need to deal with this guy. He's taking over the game, step by step, shot by shot.
I can't use that.
And last time we saw him on Ascent, it was a miracle worker there too. Dominated, huge amounts of kills. That's what you expect from a player like Aspas.
Yeah.
It'd be disappointing if he didn't.
But 14 kills, 5 deaths to him.
But also, how are G2 supposed to win rounds like this? Their crossfire is going to get blocked by a smoke. Trent doesn't feel comfortable even holding the crossfire because they don't have enough info on Cat. Yep. They're just losing map control and making it far too easy for Lev.
Gonna see that proactivity, and it's immediately punished on the back of all of it. Tripping their face, just trying to crunch these players. Potentially, Tex might have been playing there, but
where's King gone?
I'm not too sure. TP's committed all around. King's up into the spawn. He's flipped the map for them.
He's cosplaying as a defender.
They're just trying to spot these players out. For G2, though, they're scrambling, looking for that information, and ORFF reveals quite a lot for King. He knows the position to be played, and they just don't expect it. Hello, Leaf. Spots him out. King's worried about the flying and a repeat, but okay, composure's there. He's from the IGL.
And Trent's trapped.
Yeah, nowhere to go. They know where he is now.
The saddest way to end a half here. A desperation play from G2. Bit of early round aggression, and it goes nowhere.
8-4. At this point, we said it for Bind, looking inevitable that Lev might be lifting that trophy soon. But here and now, it feels a little bit different. G2 just lacking the ideas, I think. And again, we look towards that pistol round.
It would have to be another incredible performance pistol bonus. Valent's calling, going through double Sentinel.
Yeah.
Cypher and Deadlock.
That's such a hard ask.
They recovered it on Bind, but how much more have G2 got left in the tank?
Lev in control. The driving seat is theirs. The title almost for the taking. But we'll be finding out how this map follows through on the other side of this.
We're back outside for the block party here, hanging out with the lovely people. There we go, there we go. Love it. Can barely even hear myself think. What? Yeah?
I think we should keep this going for like 2 minutes. We're good.
I say you just keep going. Keep going. Wow.
Is this cheering for Lev or is this cheering for G2? Who's going for Lev right now? Wow.
Okay.
They're almost there, TV. They're almost there.
Real quick, though, let's set up this second half here and what we've been seeing so far from Leviatán, because I really do like what we're getting with that deadlock.
Honestly, their split B hits were so sick. Like the different deadlock walls Mazina was throwing back into spawn to cut off the rotates. On top of the fact that Ospas was just absolutely frying with the op. I don't think Lev are losing, guys.
Yeah,
you're going to need a lot of expectation here for Calm and for Aspas, though, on the attack side, because they are playing double sentinel on the defensive side, and it's going to be hard to do retakes without the KO. So you need to get those two players active to really block them.
They're not going to need to retake, though, if Ospas is playing like that, man. Like, his op is insane.
They got to shut him down.
It's true, but let's not forget, though, that if Leviatán walk away with the dub on this one, that's it. They will be the Americas champions. Can G2 force that map 5? Let's send it back over to Brennan Sideshow, and we're going to have some more fun with the people out here. Make some noise!
We're going to carry that energy forward as well here. I mean, these teams being at each other's necks in terms of the rounds they've been putting up again, but it starts at a pistol for any chance, any semblance of it for G2. Leviatán, they can feel it. They're on the precipice. Pistol in the hands of Aspas! That's an early one. The stage is set after that. A first kill that goes their way. King with all the information in the world and a scramble from G2. Putting some pace into the round now. It's the only option left available for them, and they've got to even it out somehow. Tex still going to be anchoring. Cuts it up closely with the cage. Reveal of the recon, but that reveals his position, and the kill does not go his way. Flooding straight back in. Leviatán attempting to offset this one, but they're right out into the open, and they maybe have made one too many mistakes. Started off so damn nice here, but again, they're showing no signs of slowing this one down. Where does the time in the fight gets taken? Jonah P just looking out aimlessly. Down to just one. Trent reveals his position, the reload turns. What is going on?
The closeout from Lev. They get a pistol round to try to put the final nail in the coffin for G2. What an opener. Aspas being able to take down Leaf early on. These kind of pushes out through mid. That's what Icy was looking for. It was the impact that G2 were hoping to find. But the sides flipped around.
One enemy remaining.
Lev now in a great position to close things out. Starting to build momentum here on the defense side. And look, trips that you have to get through. Deadlock util on the other side of the map as well, that Leaf would have to navigate to make a lurk play work. Knife broken, trips stay up.
Smokes and paranoias to avoid.
And G2 have struggled to disrupt this composition the whole of the previous half. If it was to start now, it would feel miraculous.
The energy level's just petering out here for G2. Still got to hold on somehow. Be thinking long term as well, just trying to get these ult orbs earned. Any potential ultimate advantage. Anything you can work with, the deeper this map might go, but you're running out of time. Leviatán, full control still of the site. Slight weak point here. Com, it's the acknowledgement there with the dart being broken.
Right here.
Now with a shock dart in his hands, he hears it. As soon as the orb is being taken, being covered onto the one side, he has to give this one up, and luckily his teammates are there, ready to send them all packing. Mazzino denied the ace.
A tragedy. Certainly been the MVP here today, Mazzino. Would have been a wonderful feather in his cap. But Lev refocused very quickly. This round matters. At least damage matters. And certainly Aspas, with Outlaw still saved, is going to be looking to try to put a round on the board. It's 6 rounds the lead here for Leviatán on the favored side of Ascent.
Yeah, it's almost insurmountable. G2 can't be thinking like that, though. Got to be coming into this round of absolutely everything they've got. Leviatán with the bonus round weaponry now, and Aspas going walkabouts. This guy is taking liberties, and he might be taking names! Oh my goodness! No punish in sight! Doesn't matter about the return of the fire.
That is just filthy. There's nobody that's doing that like Aspas. 2 shots, one to the chest, the other one to deal with a player that could have full armor. Couldn't get more perfect.
Backs away in a reposition as G2 who are left trying to find these answers. There's a gap into the smoke. It's a blast. Oh my goodness! The damage done. It's G2 hanging on by a thread. And it looks more and more inevitable.
Last player standing.
Picked to pieces. Plucked apart. The tapestry is falling.
11-4. I mean, what is that? Instant onto the second player. I thought he was going to get a 4th through mid. Apart from the Outlaw, they only had stingers in this round. If Aspas doesn't find value there, they're not winning that. They're just playing it for value.
Sitting at 20-7. Aspas is just taking over.
Yeah, I don't think there's an individual who's as consistently turned up every match, day in, day out, across Americas, sure, but I can't think of another player in the world that's been like him. And over his career, that's always been the case. He's always up towards the top of the list when we're talking about best players in the world, heading into big events. On Ascent here, it's his playground. He's got 20 kills in 15 rounds. Consistency is measured by Aspas.
He leads the charge in so many statistics across the board. If you just hadn't totaled them all up, there's no one that's overtaken him across almost every other region.
Yeah, it's monstrous what he's been able to do.
With that, the money sent spiraling here for G2. Their hopes and dreams in the map potentially there with them. So close to being dashed away. It's only 2 rounds of stand between Lev and that trophy. Early knife just disrespected. Aspas is straight there, even tagged up as well, but just skips and hops. Backs his way around the corner.
What heartbreak this could be for G2. Valen spoke about seeing that trophy from stage 1, eluding them, going over to 100 Thieves. They want this. They need this.
They were hungry for it. You can feel it just in terms of the tempo. It's been increased massively. Valen, he's the first one to answer. At least finds that kill. But Gorm, Odin in hand. It delays them, pushes them back, and brings G2 to the brink. 2v3. Post-plant position is dire for G2. It's going to take hero plays. And you got to do it against Aspas, King, and Tex. Heavy hitters in their own right. Especially in this map here. Spotted it out. Shots fired and missed. Jump spot, seeing if they can bait it out. Here's Leaf. stepping forwards. And again, he wants to take matters into his own hands. Forwards and around. With the kills just flowing in.
No team has had a lead like this in the match so far. 8 rounds ahead. Lev, 8 chances to put G2 away, to get revenge, to overcome the double veto disadvantage, to win Americas, to lift the trophy.
All that weight and expectation that's placed on both of these teams' shoulders. Making it to the grand finals all the way, and you could tell, you could feel it. I'd heard from the players themselves just how hungry they are to lift that trophy, to lay claim to the title of best in Americas. There's no more room to breathe for G2. Leviatán can feel it. Out in the open. Aspas picks them apart. Updraft, knives out. Wants to make a play, but here comes a tempo increase once more. And water. But Mazzino just boiling him right back at you. Sprayed all the way down. Leviatán, your 2024 Americas Champions!
And of course it had to be Mazzino at the end. Huge impact. At the beginning of this year, Lev assembled a super team, a cold, calculated restructuring, abandoning the LATAM roots. They went for glory. I think other teams this year would have taken their stumbles as excuses to crumble, to fold, and this Lev team just over and again used the failures as fuel for the fire, to find new reasons to step up, to fix mistakes and errors. Aspas said when he left Loud, the Champions winner in 2022 and America's winner in 2023, he wanted another title. He thought Leviatán were a safer bet. What a risk! What self-confidence for Aspas. What a way to end this year and head to Champs with this trophy in hand.
Soak it in. This is their moment. Right for the taking. Your 2024 Champions of Americas, Leviatán!
This team's remarkable. The amount of effort they put into the final few days here.
Yeah.
The difference today compared to the last time that G2 played against them. When Valen's calling, picked them to pieces. Iropada, well-deserved hoisting the trophy as well, because what a recovery this team's had since Shanghai, where expectations were not met, and that guy right there, Mazzino, today, electric.
He's got to be the MVP. He's got to be today. Lights out, King's calling, masterclass.
And Aspas as well, the first player to win consecutive regional titles in VCT since we've had that partnership system in place.
Team effort, man, across the board, an absolute team effort. This team has had trials and tribulations, but every single time they've come up with the goods. And now we're going to send it down to Golden Boy, down on the stage for the Verizon post-match interview.
Ladies and gentlemen, give it up one more time for Leviatán! Unbelievable stuff that we just saw from you boys. Congratulations. I got this MVP trophy here. We're going to find out who it's for in a little bit. But first, brother. Hold on, let me move past here real fast. So let's go to the man, the myth, the legend, 2-time America's champion. How you feeling, bud?
I'm feeling really good right now, really happy. We practiced a lot for this and it worked.
What makes this team so special as you guys get ready for Korea?
I think we are from a lot of different cultures. now I'm communicating in English. And I'm very nervous right now, but I'm super happy and my team is really good.
Hey, you have no reason to be nervous because you're a damn champion, baby! Let's move over here to the IGL, the in-game leader. You got King. King, my brother, you came into this team as the in-game leader, needing to really rally the troops around, as Aspa said, a bunch of different cultures to bring everything together to be a truly international team here in Americas. How does it feel to know that the project so far has been a success?
I mean, me personally, I feel really happy. I think when we went mixed as a team, we got a lot of hate, like because of LATAM org and stuff, and like everyone was just giving us like bad luck, you know. Yeah. So for all the haters that just wanted us to lose, like I hope you're just mad right now. I'm so happy. I'm hella happy right now. My team is just the best, and I cannot be happier, to be honest.
Hey, I'm sure everyone else seems to be happy as well. Let's move on to Mazzino, your brother. You were unbelievable this series. You oftentimes go under the radar, yet here you are on the stage in front of everyone. It's your opportunity to tell everyone what Mazzino is all about.
I'm gonna say like first thank for all the support, for all the people like supporting us every time we lose, every time we are down. Yeah, you said like, I go under the table. I'm silent worker, you know.
Yeah. Yeah, makes sense.
And chilito lo malto one.
Well, you know what? Mazzino may be a silent worker, but he's also your MVP. Congratulations, brother, real fast. You were the MVP, most valuable player of this grand final. How does this feel, knowing these people are cheering your name like this?
It's an incredible sentiment, you know. I really didn't expect it. I was just playing, you know. Yeah. But thank you so much for all the support and love you guys.
Hey, and we love you too, brother. Congratulations. Let's move on to Big Tex. Big Tex, my brother, you came into this team. You were a part of that G2 organization beforehand. You talked to me yesterday about getting your revenge. Now that you got your sweet revenge, how does it feel?
Feels good. It feels good to take the trophy from them. I can't lie. They're my boys, but hey, I'm happy to steal it from the org, though.
Yeah. Hey, and one thing, you came into this squad, a team of different cultures, as we already pointed out before. How's this experience been for you now that you guys are America's champions?
Honestly, it feels great. I couldn't ask for better teammates. We have so much fun in and out of the game. They're such amazing players, and this is still a win for LATAM. I know some people might not agree, and if you don't, I don't care about you, bro. But I was about to say something crazy, but I stopped. Yeah. But yeah, it's a win for LATAM.
Awesome. It is indeed a win for LATAM. And let's go ahead, though. Coach Itapata coming in hot. Middle of the season. And a lot of people were wondering what you were going to bring to the table. What makes these boys so special that they were able to get this win here today?
This is all the players. Like, honestly, they're insane. I told them today that we're going to win as long as we preserve our energy. And this is exactly what they did. In whatever situation we put them, they've been responding amazingly. And yeah, with this team, sky's the limit.
Hey, well, you got Korea around the corner. You ready? You excited?
Yeah, of course.
What's the result there for Leviatán in Korea?
We're going to be lined up again, and we're going to lift a different trophy this time.
Woo! Think the people like that. And let's move on to my boy, my brother. Oh, I'm so proud of you, man. Calm. Ladies and gentlemen, give it up for Calm. This was the trophy that eluded you last year. You got it this time around. Now that you've had the opportunity to hoist that trophy up, how did it make you feel?
I mean, amazing. I mean, I wanted to come into this year, at least win one trophy. Now we got a chance to win two. Yeah. I got one thing to say. People can talk about my stats all they want, but the one thing I do is win.
Woo! Oh, my word. Appreciate you, brother. Folks, give it up one more time for your 2024 America's Champions, Leviatán! Don't forget, coming up next, we have the draw show. We're going to find out who Leviatán, who G2, who our America's teams are going to be going up against. You don't want to go anywhere. Stick with us. And on the other side, we find out how all of Champions unfolds. We'll see you then.
It's time for the VALORANT Champions Grand Final. Welcome to the finale of the 2024 VALORANT Champions Tour. The stage is set, the lights are bright, and anticipation is building for the biggest tournament of the year. After a year of relentless competition, heartbreaks, and triumphs across the globe, the best VALORANT teams have battled their way to Champion Seoul. From August 1st to the 25th, competitors will kick off in the group stage, push through the double elimination playoffs, and reach a grand final that decides who will lift the Champions Trophy. The action ignites with the group stage, featuring 16 teams spread across 4 groups, each hosting 1 team from VALORANT's 4 international leagues. In this stage, teams will battle through a double elimination format, advancing 2 teams out of each group. The 8 teams who make it out, they'll be randomly seeded into a double elimination bracket, placing teams from the same group on opposite sides. Teams will compete through best of 3 matches until the final 2 matches, which will be a best of 5. The last team standing will claim the title of VALORANT World Champion. Join us for every nail-biting moment of VALORANT Champions 2024 live from Seoul. We'll see you there.
Welcome to the Champions Seoul Draw Show. Victoria and I will be hosting today's draw, and here's how it works. This is a 16-team tournament with 4 qualifying teams from each of VCT's 4 regions: Americas, China, EMEA, and Pacific. Regional seeding for Champions is based on the top 3 placements from the Stage 2 regional playoffs, and the teams that qualified through championship points are the 4th seeds. Using a random draw, the teams will be selected 1 at a time and placed into the 4 group stage brackets, A through D. The 16 teams are sorted in 4 pools, grouped by regional seeds. The first pool is the number 1 seeds from each of the 4 regions. The second pool is the number 2 seeds, and so on. We will draw the number 1 seeds first. Teams from the same region cannot be placed in the same group, and if we double up, the team drawn will move to the next available spot. If they were drawn into the last spot, they will swap with the team immediately before them until a valid draw is complete. We good to go?
Good to go.
Let's do it.
All right. We'll start with Group A. We have Lev, EDG, Fnatic, and Gen G.
All right, from across the pond, we have Fnatic. Got some Fnatic fans in the crowd.
All right, we'll move to Group B.
Second up, Gen G. No, they're not playing each other.
yeah, not yet, not yet.
A little too excited out there.
Group C.
Oh, I've got a good feeling about this one. Leviatán.
All right, last but not least, our Group D number 1 seed.
EDG.
EDG. All right. So move on to the 2nd seed. They will be on the opposite side of the bracket in each group. Again, no regional matchups, so the pools aren't locked until the end of the pool. So we'll see where we end up.
We're gonna start it off with DRX.
DRX. So they're good. We'll move to Group B.
And we have FPX.
All right. Again, they are good. It's just Pacific and China there. So we'll move on to Group C.
EMEA's Vitality.
And again, we are good.
And that leaves G2.
All right, we'll move to the 3rd seed. So we have Crew, Trace, Heretics, and PRX.
Smooth sailing so far. And that is going to be Trace.
Trace. Okay, so they will be here. There are no double regions. We're good. We'll move to Group B.
Team Heretics.
All right, they're good too. Let's move to Group C.
From right here, we got Crew.
All right, so they are actually, so Americas is already in Group C. They're also already in Group D.
Right.
So they'll be swapped here. But then, here we go. I'm illustrating this so they can't actually move here.
Yep.
So they will move here. And then we will go here. I think. Did I mess that up? Hold on.
Can Crew...
I moved too much.
Hold on. Into Group B.
Yeah, hold on. I messed that up. Where were we?
We're all good. We're all good. I believe we had...
So we just moved them to Group D. I'm making this way more complicated than it needs to be. So we just drew Crew.
Yes.
Correct. All right, so they will move to Group D.
And Trace go back.
And Trace goes back.
We're all good. We're all good.
I got ahead of myself.
Wait, sorry. No, Crew Americas are here. We're doubling up.
Oh, that's what it was. Oh,
I believe Crew are going back to Group B, no? It's complicated, folks, okay?
Well, here's the issue. So then you can't swap. I was right the first time, and then I second-guessed myself. So you can't go here.
Correct.
To Mia. So the rule is they swap immediately with the team before them until a valid draw is complete, right? So then they'll swap here because that is the last time they were valid. So they're swapping with this team.
With Trace.
Does that make sense? Okay.
That makes sense to me.
I know, it's complicated, but we're all good.
All right, moving along. We got our last team here in Group 3. And that, of course, leaves Paper Rex. Oh. Now that's spicy.
That is.
All right. Our 4 remaining teams here.
And there's only going to be one spot that they can be in, so we'll fill in the gaps.
Starting things off with Talon.
So the only group without a Pacific team is not Group A, Group B. It is going to be Group C. And that one's locked, so we are all good with Group C.
Whoop. Yeah, Sentinels. Oh, I don't know if Sentinels fans are gonna like that or hate that. Next team we've got here is Billy Gaming.
They slot into Group A.
And last but not least, we have Foot Esports.
All right. I think we're good. I know it got a little spicy there, but that's how the rules move. No regional teams in the same group. So we're all good? All right.
All good.
Cool. Champion Seoul kicks off August 1st. Good luck to all of our teams.
All right. Look at this here. Oh, boy. Oh, it's going to be a hard one. Good thing we got these guys. Go ahead and stand right in front of those podiums for me, just so this way we don't block the view. Oh, this is what we're talking about here. Of course, you guys know them. You love them. Let's go ahead and introduce all the way at the end there. You got Crew's coach, Adam. G2's Jonah P. Leviatán's King. And the merchant of vibes himself, it's Elsis. So, let's go ahead and talk about this bracket and how it plays out. First things, I'm going to start with you, Celsius. That looks fun.
Bro, this is rigged. I'm convinced. This is rigged. Listen, it's just Madrid all over again. No problem.
Yeah, right? I mean, hey, but seriously, though, looking at Gen G, I mean, that is going to be, you guys are 2 excellent squads. At the very least, you're going up against a top-tier team like that. How does it feel at the very least?
I actually did have us playing Gen G for some reason. Don't ask me how I know that. But, yeah, I had us going against Gen G. Honestly, the only team I didn't want to face was Fnatic, so I'm pretty happy.
Okay, and they're all the way over there, so you're good to go. King, as we see, you guys are going to be taking on talent from the Pacific region here, but you fresh off of the win, feeling good, feeling energetic. What do you got to say to your opponent, Talent, as they watch this right now?
I mean, we're feeling pretty good as a team right now, and I want to, like I said it joking, I want Talent, give me Talent. I mean, I feel they're just like, I feel they're a mid-team, so I'll take it. I take it.
Okay, I love it. I love it.
I got forced. I have a weapon.
If he wasn't going to say it, I was going to force him to say it.
I have a weapon. I have a weapon in my head right now.
It's called peer pressure.
I have peer pressure in me.
Exactly. All right, well, G2, Jonah, brother, you're going up against W Gaming in Paper Rex. That is just, and you're familiar with those guys. I mean,
very familiar.
What do you think of this matchup, man?
I mean, they're a great team, but they're bigger chokers than we are, so.
Yeah, that's
so
good. All
should
right.
be good.
I like that. I like that. Well, then as we take a trip over to crew, Coach Adam, you got DRX, prolific team from the Pacific region, one of the most well-prepped teams as well. But you come into this one with your prep work. Are you looking forward to facing off against DRX?
Yeah, I think that our team is really strong against two calm teams.
Yeah.
So if they are calm, I think we can get the win.
All right, I like it. I like it. Last question, and it could be for any one of y'all. Is America's going to take Champion Soul? Thank you so much for your time. I really appreciate it, folks. Give it up one more time for Zelsis, King, Jonah P, and Coach Adam. All right, folks. That's going to do it for us. Champion Soul's right around the corner. The action's going to be kicking off August 1st. And, of course, you have 16 of the world's best teams going head-to-head for the biggest prize in our sport. A very big thank you to everyone here. Thank you so much to all of you guys for coming out week in and week out, supporting what we do here. Our production team, incredible work all season. Our talent team, our pros who continuously put their heart out on this stage each and every week for your entertainment. We thank you so much for tuning in, folks. And most importantly, we'll see you right around the corner, baby, because Champion Soul's happening, and it's going to be awesome. We'll see you then.
We're back, baby. There's a new patch in play. You got big roster changes, and Champion Soul is on the horizon. We are in for one hell of a month. Microphone, please. It's your defending Game Changers champion. Welcome to the stage, Mel! Why didn't you pick NRG?
Because Sentinels is going to win.
So that's why everyone picked
Gonna
it.
get bodies onto this one for any chance of winning. Sticking, crashes forwards all the way, but not enough. Zelsis wraps it up.
Am I allowed to keep these? Yeah, I'm definitely taking these home with me today.
3, 2, 1.
Even if Arsenal falls, but Arsenal will get two before Big Daddy three.
Oh my God!
Khalil inside the orb. That's 2 kills, chasing for the third, and he is not missing with this rifle today. Furrier comes out with magic somehow and get the upset against 100 Thieves.
If you want to take a selfie with Potter, she's live in the flesh for you.
NRG has no chance of making it to playoffs.
You gotta wake up, man. Come on, man. We gotta win, man. We gotta make a chance, man, and then you can retire.
Left it just down to Moose now. Lack of weaponry because they got the man advantage. Spraying it through almost there with the transfer. Finally with the bullets landing. Leaf in a 1v2. Damage on the vanity. Still with the ult. Into this post! And that's how it ends.
Super Week!
You lose 2 games in 3 days, and all of a sudden your chances are nothing or next to nothing.
It's time to put up or shut up.
Really nice paranoia.
No way.
Unbelievable from Superman again.
What is going to be the answer from crew here? Surely you back away. Do you refight this? But the spike is hard committed. Kesnet is way ahead of the curve. The rest of his team cannot stand to it. And Sentinels, the momentum is building.
Paul just got tagged again, and Tui's confident on the swing. I mean,
He's gonna get another one right here. Oh my gosh.
the good teammate that he is, handing it over. The I-buy power race for Loud.
Boostio will be dropped. Same with Asuna. Has he done enough? Dizzy locked on. King is on top 4.
Have you ever had your ankles broken by evil geniuses, George Emo?
I mean, I gotta do what I gotta do to get the team to the victory. So.
Maybe you're like our last dish. It's a European, you know.
Where are you from now?
I'm from here.
What should the developers add to the game?
Make everyone use a send bundle.
Zelsis on the prowl. Look at his positioning. Look at his timing. Look at his discipline. Send City on top. They obliterate Cloud9 in 2-0 fashion.
We're running a lot of ISO Neon on Abyss, so...
Zach doesn't even know Abyss. It was a banger.
Oh, nice!
Tex will be the man of the hour. One player on the site. Calm has a trade angle. And Nature, that was an opportunity with shots from Calm could lose this round. But Messino, Leviatán, welcome to playoffs.
It's a waiting game to see who's the first to move. Furia fall in a massive way, but Nas, we're getting 2 back with ult online. tagging him right up. All of Loud crumble. It's the Dia de Furia, undefeated no longer. They cut down Loud.
How are we feeling, Wyatt? Sad. Because it's the last day of Super Week.
What? The bit's dead. It's killed. VCT is serious now. We are locked in, and it's any other week.
Sunglasses emoji, thumbs up emoji.
He's got one, the support of the turret for a double. And MIBR are ripped to shreds. Fight!
His position has been given away. Drops a little bit. Yuto understands. Swing is on the other side! Unbelievable finish!
They've won their first match of Stage 2. They've kept their playoff dreams alive.
Level number 1. We're in the home stretch, all right? And we got last 2 weeks of the regular season. They're doing their gentlemanly handshakes, but it's gone a little too far.
No huge mistakes here for G2, and they're burning the clock down now. And they're starting to hold the torch to the feet of Crew. G2 return to Americas, and they've locked up another playoff berth.
But the rounds and the kills in favor of Loud until last boss! And Leviatán wins and clutches top 2 seed in the Americas playoffs!
Oh my God, what is that?
Back through! Gets a headshot on the Storm! Oh my God! It's a ball 3! How did you do that, Storm? Pincer maneuver on both sides, and that's Oxy opening it up with 4 in a row! Cloud9, welcome to the playoffs!
I don't know what happened. 3-13 is crazy.
You guys mind if I just come up on the desk right now?
What the? He's been in the studio the whole time?
No one's stepping up to challenge this though. Joe still able to find his first, and in the waterfall we go. Fatsu, and he almost gets away with it. Can they capitalize? Nature trying to cut through the TP, it's Boostio!
100 Thieves revitalized at just the right time to clinch Stage 2 playoffs.
Where is Hey!
Surprise!
There he is!
I was under, now I'm over.
Rattled and firing off. Turret popped up, popping heads. Down to the 1v1! Oh, no way! Crew looking on fire.
I play Valorant on console, and I am a gold player.
Nowhere to play, nowhere to hide. Still, Texas covering it! Jesus. No one can stand to touch them. 13-6. We'll put a pretty bow on the finish.
Hey, buddy.
Hello.
How you doing? You look rather yellow today.
Fashion. What's it say under that?
Fashion again.
You gotta pick and choose your targets quite carefully. What? Right from the side, a second. He will respond in kind. Out wide, snappy. And Sentinels just can't quite manage it. Kills need to be found. Flooding forwards. G2, patience, wins the day.
G2 in control at every point today.
She's willing to take everything away. She's willing to take everything away, man. You've got to believe.
And now there are only 2 members left on left. King is one of them, though. And he's doing his best to keep them back into the face of 2. Looking for 3 on the round. The 4th not connecting. Aspas with the blades popped. And this is Aspas at peak vintage form. Delivers once more. Champs bound, yes. But holy smokes, these guys are the real deal.
I've just got blank stickers. There's a TV towards the back, but the crowd's going to fall. Advantage now coming up for G2, and a punishment. Beautiful crossfire. It's too good now for G2.
You guys are insane.
G2 ascends from challengers to champions.
Same height with me standing up as opposed to sitting down. Boostio.
One spot left for grabs in Champions Soul, and it's going to be one of these 2 teams to nab it.
Big paranoia and a recon, and it goes back and forth. A fight inside the smoke. EU! They still have a stronghold inside the A site, and that's Melzer with the first blood, and they're going to walk right into a trap.
Crew Visa all the way to Seoul now. Their ticket is locked in.
You look like Raggedy Ann, but if she was like in the Bronx.
I'm British. I don't know what you just said.
Waiting on the other side. They have so many things that they can do to delay this. They can do so many things to deny this, but they've run out of numbers. The dart back site, but nothing's been cleared for heaven. It wasn't being watched. It's not that simple, but Tex just picks them apart 1 by 1. Full 5 full. Leviatán are grand finals bound.
What a spectacular fashion they did it in.
We're finally here, baby. The end of the line. Today, the Americas Trophy is up for grabs, and we're ending the season in style. Yar! On one end, you have G2 Esports, a team that has been forged through the fires of resiliency. And then on the other side of the stage, it's a Leviatán roster bred for greatness, created for perfection and championships. You genuinely couldn't have asked for a better setup for this matchup.
Bit of pressure definitely applied now towards his anchoring players. Valen, it's up to him to offset that. Again, plenty of bodies just ready to wade right in front of him, and he will mop them up. Let's try and push them back. Aspas, rifle in hand now, trying to make the play in the moment, and he makes it work. Leviatán, it's precision, it's surgical, and Leviatán ripping away the opening map of our best-of-5 grand finals. Feel like they potentially are squeezing, but it's committed in still. An offset again by that util. Now ultimate coming in handy. Dash active, sees one, knows the second. It's closely behind. He's so damn eager for it. Icy though will defend. Mazzino still. He's there with a bullet straight through and beyond, and just indecisiveness might be all that's necessary to close this one out. 16-14. These teams are pushing each other to the brink. There's no way they're pulling this one right back and away. Come on the flank. Wraps it round, running them down, but again, there's no trigger onto it. Damage done. One player left. Come. Insanity. And that is nice. G2 making sure that they can try and take this one. Running and scurrying, and Jonah P. G2 still alive, still kicking, still fighting for a chance at that trophy. On the eke around for Lev means that the money's bad, but TP forwards, they don't expect this one. Right behind them, grabbed it, locks them all down into place. King happy to take it all the way around and through. Aspas though is still this problem. You need to deal with this guy. He's taking over the game, step by step, shot by shot. He hears it as soon as the orb's being taken, being covered onto the one side. He has to give this one up, and luckily his teammates are there, ready to send them all packing. Leviatán, your 2024 Americas champions.
Step into the ring. Step into the ring. Step into the ring.